Stream. The Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back on. The Vampire Stream. Yeah. New media business. New media up in this game. The Vampire Stream. I need YouTube to send out them notices. Bow. Bow. What's good, Ego? The Vampire Stream. Is mod. The Vampire Stream. What's up? He said I caught some of that AJ Ruiz pre-fight coverage. The random scars caught my face. We're going to talk about it. There's a lot of pressure on AJ right now. A lot of pressure on AJ. On the Vampire Stream. I mean, a lot of pressure on Anthony Joshua. AJ interviews are more like riddles. He's a brand new Riddler. Y'all gotta get y'all one of these for the Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. The Vampire. Man, new media we just been killing. You know, the crazy thing is, shout out to my dude Bakari. He sent me the I didn't even know they were doing the grand arrivals. This is one of the issues with what DAZN's got going on. They have 1 second. They have to work on the promotion. He said, "Oh, media's on life support." I agree. They got to work on the promotion. I didn't even know they were doing like a grand arrival. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, even though, you know, they keep saying pay-per-view's dead, streaming is the future and stuff, but the word's not getting around quite as fast, you know, with the streaming. Like I said, somebody text me directly. I didn't see nobody on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever really talking about this. Ruiz seems real confident. Hope he pulls it off. That'd be big for Mexico. You know, the first Mexican heavyweight. That'd be crazy. That'd be real crazy. Shout out to Daryl Zapata. We just working. Now, Radio Rod, to this day, Raheem got an interview talking to Joshua. Right? We're going to kick it right off. And one of the early questions he asked in the interview, I didn't even watch all of it, but I just seen the beginning because my friend Bakari told me to check it out. He said at least watch the first 2 minutes. So I did that. You know. Radio Raheem asked AJ. He said something that's we're not used to seeing. You have some cuts and bruising and a black eye around your face. What's going on with that? You know, and he's looking at it as he's saying it. And Joshua was like, it's just physio. What? Remember, I just said that before this interview was even uploaded. Before this interview was even uploaded, I told you guys, Joshua, I don't know if, you know, what his highest education level is and shit like that. I'm not even trying to be funny, but I'm saying he says stuff and he says stuff to pacify people, and it's almost like you're, like he's talking to a kid. I told you guys this. You know, he's talking to a kid, like something like you just send a little kid on their way, you know, just tell him some bullshit. You know, oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, I'm fixing the coordinates, the schematics, you know. Just say some shit, but it don't really make sense. You know? It's the spectrograph. G14 classified. Like, what are you talking about? G14 classified. Like, he said some physio stuff. Now, physiology is basically like, he's like, oh yeah, recovery stuff, you know, rest and recovery stuff, physio stuff. Like, what the hell is physio stuff, bro? Like, so you have marks on your face from physical therapy? That's what basically physio is. Like, physio is used for kind of like people who are gotten car wrecks, you know, survived a stroke, Parkinson's, MS, you know, anything, spina bifida maybe, cerebral palsy. You know, you got different things like that. And they help you, you know, they give you advice and recommendations on exercises you can do and stuff, like go stretch your joints out so you can get back to full range of motions. Or if you're an athlete, like Derrick Rose probably had a physio or a physiologist or whatever, because he had a lot of nagging injuries, stuff like that. So it's like, how you get marks on your face? It's just like saying, oh, how'd you get the marks on your face, ego? Oh, the chiropractor. Like, why chiropractor would, you know, crack your back and, you know, if you have a slip disc, vertebrae and stuff, realign that. Why the fuck would you have marks on your face and cuts and black eyes from a physio? You know what I'm saying? And Joshua, he didn't even elaborate. So it's like it leaves a lot to be desired. And see, this is what bothers me. Like, I don't think Joshua plans ahead in that way. I don't think he plans ahead. He probably wasn't expecting anyone to say anything. You know, he's 6'6", AJ. He don't think someone's going to stand in front of him, you know, and he thinks, I don't know, he thinks people will be intimidated to ask, or I don't know. So it's like he totally didn't plan. This is the same behavior that I personally witnessed when Wilder offered the $50 million, right? When he offered the $50 million, Eddie Hearns and AJ seemed completely befuddled, and they had to scramble to come up with the reason, because they didn't want the fight. This is my honest opinion. They didn't want the fight, and they didn't expect that, and that put pressure on them. So then they had to switch it. Oh shit, I need proof of funds. Do you accept the money? Oh, what about proof of funds? How do we know the money's real? Do you accept the offer? If they could prove that the money is real, if you say yes, I accept the $50 million, 50% back in between September and December this year, you know, we could do a rematch clause in America somewhere, you know, because in America, you have to keep in mind, there's only a few places that the fight would really be. You know, Barclays, T-Mobile Arena, because it would have to be a large venue. Maybe Staples, maybe, but it would have to be a large venue like that. You feel what I'm saying? And they never agreed to it. So you never called their bluff as far as I'm concerned, because you never agreed to take the $50 million, which would open up the books and prove to you you know, that the money is real and can be delivered as promised or promised to pay or whatever. But that was all bullshit. Let's just keep it real. That was all bullshit. You weren't worried about getting the 50 million. You were worried about them controlling the rights to the fight, and you made up some bullshit. You didn't want them to, because they made that large of an offer and they came up with the money. You didn't want it in America. You didn't want them to have that type of dictatorship or whatever. Stop. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I feel like Joshua feels he could just say things and no one's going to explore. No one's going to question it. He just thinks he could just say physio, some physio stuff. Like, are you saying Vizio? Like the TV Vizio? And Radio Raheem even said physio. Like what is that? And he was like, oh yeah, you know, just rehab recovery stuff. And then Radio Raheem was like, oh, like that doesn't make no fucking sense. It just is not a good look. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't understand. And you didn't really help anyone in the world that watched that interview understand how a physio or a physiologist or physiology would create a situation where you have bumps and bruises, marks and eye jammies and shiners and black eyes on your face. That doesn't even make sense. So your therapist is abusive and shit. Like, what the fuck? Ike Turner is your physio. Oh, you gonna eat the cake, AJ? You gonna eat the cake? Eat the cake? Oh, AJ, this some good ass cake. AJ. You know, who the fuck is your physio then? You know what I'm saying? It just don't. Chris Brown and shit. Like, we gonna get free, you know. Like, who's your physio? Why would you have marks on your face from a? We ain't gonna stop, and I'm living it. Like, who did that to you? And then it was weird. It was a weird comment. He said, "Oh yeah, nobody in sparring touches me like that." Really weird to say. Like, Radio Raheem didn't even say nothing. That's to me. That whole thing sound like guilty conscience. Well, like Radio Raheem just said, "How you get the thing on your face?" And he's like, "Oh, physio." And he's like, "What? What's that? Like, you know, what do you mean physio? Like, explain." You know, oh yeah, recovery stuff. Oh yeah. No, nobody does that to me in sparring. But nobody even said nothing about sparring. You said that. That's what makes me feel like it's about sparring. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, remember on the Wayans brothers? He was like, man, he like they. I forgot. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. But Sean would say, Marlon, what's up? What's up with this? And he'd be like, why? What have you heard? Man, Cedric and them was lying. We was play fighting. Like, what? What was you even talking about? Like, you started going off. Like, Cedric and them was lying. Man, Cedric and them was lying. We was play fighting. Like, what? Cedric, like, yeah, told on himself. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Nobody even said nothing about sparring, but you making me feel like it's about sparring that you just randomly said that. He, like, I don't know. Like, if I had like a bump on my lip or something, and somebody like, oh, how'd you get the bump? Like, what is that? What's that a bump? Oh yeah. Oh, it's just nothing. Oh, physio stuff. It ain't herpes though. It ain't herpes simplex 10. What? Herpes? Like, nobody even brought up herpes. What are you talking about? Like, we just asked what the fuck that shit was on your lip. You know what I'm saying? Shit ain't herpes though. Like, okay. AJ was sparring Sharkeisha. Hey, bro, y'all gotta stop. Yeah. AJ answering like Bishop from Juice and shit. Remember when Bishop just wanted to kill somebody and he killed old man Quillis in that store? And he was like, hey, Bishop. They ran into the little alley. Everyone's all tired from running and dumping the mask off and had the revolver. Hey, bitch, what the fuck are you doing, man? Why you do that? He made a move. Like, remember how Pac was, he made a move. He ain't make no move. I was looking right at you. Man, he dead, man, isn't he, man? He dead. Like, AJ the Bishop of this shit, bro. He made a move. Like, what are you talking about, bro? He made a move. Yeah, it was just weird. It wasn't from sparring. He made a move. But see, that's what I'm telling you. That goes to show the lack of like consideration he has for the fan. Like in terms of like, you think you could just say something and then people are. That's what I said. I told you this earlier before this Physio thing even came out. Physio TVs and shit. I told you that. I said he's like, he must think people are dumb to be saying like, we just forgot all about 2018, Wilder chasing you down and you not taking 50 million. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, the worst thing anybody could do to me is play me for a fool. Like, I don't like when people insult my intelligence, bro. And that was like a super half-ass answer. And I'm not saying AJ has, he's a grown man. He don't have to tell us what went on. Or I can understand even from the angle of you don't want to reveal too much. Like if you have rough sparring or something, you don't want to be, oh man, I got dropped in sparring, or if anything like that caused it. I don't even know what caused it. If you got in a fight with a girl, you might not want people on your business. So I can even get that, but you're not just finna say some weird, you know what I'm saying? Like me personally, real talk, if it was something like that, I'd be like, oh, it's nothing, shit happens. Next question. That's what I would do. I'm not gonna try to pacify. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's not registering. Like I don't think he's like, I'm not trying to insult him like that. Like I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I don't think he's quick-witted like that. Like it takes time for him to think of his response. That's why he's getting caught up in like contradictions and shit like that, because he's not. See, at least, like, I'm just being honest, Eddie Hearn at least has a mouthpiece to say, oh no, we offered Luis Ortiz to fight. He's quicker on his toes. Joshua's not. He's not quick-witted. So it's like you could tell. Some people aren't good liars. Some people aren't good liars. So it sounds like it doesn't sound like he's being transparent there. But that's cool. It's your option. We don't have to know what the fuck happened to your face, but I feel like you should be on guard for stuff like that. Somebody might ask you that. At least have a built-in, something you're ready to tell people, rehearse it or whatever. But that just sounded weird. Oh, physio stuff. What? What's physio stuff? Oh, recovery. Isn't that if someone's beating the shit out of your face, isn't that the opposite of rest and recovery? Like, in what world is recovery, what world is that? Like, opposite day? What world is recovery consist of taking, blunt force trauma or cuts and scratches and shit like that? Like, let's say I was working 9 to 5 or some shit, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take a vacation. Hey, what you doing for? Oh man, just relaxing. And then I'm like mowing the lawn and doing all this stuff and getting punched in the face. That's not really just relaxing. Like when I relax, kick my shoes off, take the socks off, watch some Netflix, maybe sip something. I don't feel like that's recovery. Recovery consists of you having bruises on your face. I can understand maybe if it's like acupuncture, cupping or something, you might have like little marks or some shit like that. But I ain't never seen nobody have cupping marks on their face, and it's like, it's weird. It's like on the movies, Lifetime movies and shit. The girl's in an abusive relationship with her husband, and she go to work, and they're like, oh. They see through the makeup, like, oh, what's that on your eye? Oh, I opened the cabinet door too fast, like, because she didn't want to reveal that her husband, like, beat her, Sometimes women, when they don't want to out the one they love or whatever, they don't reveal. They don't reveal what the true cause was. Hey, y'all wild. Someone said Margarito had physio after the Pacquiao fight. Hey, y'all wrong. Yeah, Berto versus Guerrero physio and shit. Like, they don't know. it's almost shocking that I just if I didn't want to answer the question, I'm just not going to answer the question. But just to say, oh yeah, no one in sparring did that to me. That was weird. And just to relegate it to physio, like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I'm just being real and being transparent. AJ just has a lot of stuff, and it sounds like he's trying to sound smart. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not using the proper words and shit. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I know people like that. They be like, "Yeah, nevertheless, you gotta be more Pacific." Like it's not Pacific. That's not how you say it. It's not be more Pacific. Yeah, I'm just saying, nevertheless, still I rise, you gotta be more Pacific. You just saying random shit. That's not how you say it. It's not be more Pacific. That's a body of water. It's specific. Damn, be more Pacific and shit. I hate when people talk like when they think they know some shit. You remember Damon Wayans on The Living Color? That's just a personal pet peeve of mine. You remember Damon Wayans on when he was the convict and he like was locked up and institutionalized, and he was like, "Yeah, you see, because once you open up the lobotomy, if you will, of the fallopian, fallopian tubes, like what? Like what the fuck are you? Because the irregular bowel syndrome, of the Constitution." Of the diplomate and the proximation, like what the fuck are you even talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's what it reminds me of when Damon Wayans used to do that. It's because the reciprocal fidgeted with the fidget spinner with the fallopian tubes of my ovarian brotherhood. Like what? Like this ovarian brotherhood, like, hey, bro, I don't even know what the fuck you talking about, I would prefer if you properly dignify and salute your shorts, What? Salute your short? Like, what do you even, hey, bro, I don't even know what you talking about. You wildin', son. It's the manifestation have started. It through the menopause of the dichotomy, like what? The menopause, like, hey, bro, you tripping? It's the physio mixed with the Vizio TV, captured by the rabbit ear antennas. You see, hey, bro, you tripping. It's the polyurethane mixed with the halitosis. Okay. Whatever that means. The Listerine pocket strip combined with the orbit and the halitosis, the innie or the outie, the belly button, whatever you prefer. Hey, get the fuck out. So it said red fish, blue fish. He said, my swine is mighty fine. Hey, y'all gotta, hey, bro. Y'all leave me alone forever. Y'all are, it's the physio by the Vizio, approximated by the Samsung TV and the DAZN, the application of the DAZN that creates dissonance. All my Negroid brotherhood shall realign with the DiGiorno, the DAZN, to form Jordan Peele's Us, mixed with a cold head. Like, what? In the 2-ply. Like, you just saying words, bro. He said, swine, my brother. My swine is mighty fine. My bacon smelling fine. That don't be a menace. Y'all stupid. Y'all, wow. Yeah, realign with the DiGiorno of the pepperoni and salami slice, mixed with the Gouda cheese, up the rooter tutor the sphincter, if you will. Like, you just saying some shit, bro. Talking about some physio. So you got to be educated to keep up. You know, ain't nobody gonna just like, man, I'm educated. I don't care what, I'm street smart, book smart, whatever you want to do. You can't just throw some words at me. I know words too. You know, motherfuckers try to throw words like T.I. and shit. Hey, Kodak Black, you had overstepped your boundaries of the proper jurisdiction. So we felt it could create a further altercation or the conundrum if you don't remove Nipsey Hussle's name from your diatribe. And furthermore, what I'm going to need you to do is fix that shit expeditiously. I feel you being mighty dubiastic based on your obnoxious, scantily clad adolescence. Like, what T.I. just be saying some shit. And because the prepubescent of the adolescent, you have failed to learn your lesson. So what I need from you right here, hey, is to fix it expeditiously. Or else there will be further ramifications for lack thereof. Like, hey, bro. He said bootleg mouth. Hey, yo, hey, these vampire streets be classic. You know, they be classic. I remember T.I. tried to sound gangster hood and smart at the same time on that beef, that old beef. He was talking about that little flip. He had the grill. You know, see, we had grills in the bay. You know what I'm saying? And when you first get that grill in, it's not really, you know, unless you went to somewhere proper or something. That shit feel weird. So motherfuckers' speech palates and shit, like they couldn't speak right with the grill in. You know what I'm saying? Because you're getting acquainted, you know, acclimated to the grill. And it's like T.I. had just got a new grill and he was on that beef. let me show you how. What? At all? Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I always got hats like laying around nearby. I was finna get into it. I was finna show you how T.I. did it. Damn, I really don't have any hats nearby. Anyway, he had that new fitted grill, and he was sitting in that. And when I told Lil Flip, I am the king, and he put my head on an Ethiopian body, now that was Photoshop. That wasn't true. That was make believe. And what he had said was in jest, and it was funny, but it ain't funnier than reality. And I felt it was mighty hoish of him. Like, this man just made up this word. This man said hoish. That's that ATL shit. Y'all gotta watch that Beef DVD. He had like a toothpick. If for him to respond and reciprocate in such a fashion, such an undignified way, hey, you know, all this because I said I was the king of the South. And I felt it was mighty hoish of him. That's how T.I. do it. He had that huge grill in his mouth. That's what I'm saying. He had like, it was like falling out and shit as he was trying to say this shit. That man said it was mighty hoish of him to have applied my head on that Ethiopian body. Hey. Yeah, but that's what Joshua reminds me of. Like, he's trying to make it sound like believable, but it don't. Just like on Rush Hour, remember? He's like, yeah, we got this mission for you, G14 classified. He's like, oh, G14? This G14 classified? Come on. Let's go. Man, I've been looking everywhere since G14. Like, they sent him on a wild goose. There was no G14 classified. They just had that. You know what I'm saying? That's what Joshua, he on his T.I. shit now. He came to America, went to Miami. He on his T.I. shit. Now you see several lacerations and marks under my eyes that have caught your attention. And I just wanted y'all to know, perhaps, is the Physio designed by Physio. Like, hey, bro, what? Several lacerations, you know. Just trying to put in the. I hate when people read. Like, see, I'm smart. Like, I really, like, read and shit. Like, I know my vocabulary is pretty good. Like, some people would just be trying to use words. Like, hey, you just learn this word and shit. You just trying to use shit. Like, the other night, I had this woman. She was shackled in manacles. Like, manacle, really? See, my vocab is just different. Y'all don't even know what no manacle is, bro. She was shackled down to her feet. Totally off topic, but whenever I hear a person say the manifestation, or I promise you, I hear Deontay's voice. Yeah, that shit. That man said, he said, the manifestation have started. He said, there's a couple silhouettes in the soliloquies of the haiku. More than meets the eye of the Aquafina of the Dasani. Like, Aquafina Dasani. Like, what does that even mean? You know. But if you plug in the aqua hydrate, you know, and get the proper schematics, everything will be all right. Like what? I hate that you go to a car mechanic, they be doing that shit too. Yeah, it might be an alternator, it might be the, you know, spark plug, rotator cuff. Like, cars have a rotator cuff. I'm saying the struts, you know. You ever seen a bad bitch strut? This is a strut. Like, hey, bro, you just saying shit. You just said rotator cuff. I'm just saying it might be the alternator, the rotator cuff, or the struts. You know, could be the struts. Could be on the back end, could be on the front end. Like, hey, bro, you just saying some shit. Anyway, Anthony Physio Johnson, I have no idea what caused that on his face. And, you know, someone said he talks in riddles. That's exactly, because after the question, we don't feel any closer to the understanding of what happened to your face. I honestly feel Joshua feels out of character this fight. And the fight being on DAZN, I don't feel like, I don't know, I just don't feel like it's a big gathering. You know, and I've long said this. He said the flux capacitor. Yeah, the dingle hopper. I've often said this. DAZN, they employed Eddie Hearn, you know, as to spearhead what they were doing. And he didn't have a big American stable. You have to understand that. Please, I hope you understand. Eddie Hearn does not have a big U.S. stable. He doesn't. So, I'm always, in Golden Boy, we know they didn't have no big stable outside of Canelo, you know, in general. They don't have ready-made, like Ryan Garcia could do something in the future, Marlon Esparza, you know, Virgil Ortiz, but they're not there yet. You know, they're not at the point where they're fighting, you know, champions, or they are champion. They're not at that point. So that, you know, that takes time to build that up, get the fighter ready and stuff. So a lot of this was relying on Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn kind of double dipping out you. You know what I'm saying? He kind of double dipping because he has a safety net, because he's not from here, America. So his safety net is Sky Sports and Sky Box Office. You know, so even if DAZN falls, you know, fails or falters, you know, Eddie Hearn got a way out. He got a back door. So he's kind of double dipping, you know. You can say it's smart business, but he is double dipping. You know, he can try this DAZN. If it takes off, then he could be like, oh, hey, man, look, you know, I was one of the early ones. But in the event that it fails, he don't really lose because, he still has Sky Sports back at home in the UK. But DAZN should have realized that and held kind of Eddie Hearn to a standard, because Eddie Hearn was the very first boxing personality that kind of rubbed people the wrong way, and he was the first point of sale, point of contact, and you got it. First impressions mean something. He was like, oh yeah, American, we're going to take over, and Showtime is going to be out of business by October of next year, because he said 1 year, and he said this in October. I wrote the date down. It's somewhere, but I know it was October of last year. He said Showtime will follow suit like HBO boxing. So everybody needs to, listen, gone are the days in boxing where you could just say whatever and you ain't held to no standard. Even myself, I don't give a fuck if somebody picks a video out of the random that I did 3-4 months ago, because I'm always responsible for what I say. I'm not out here saying nothing crazy. I'm not saying nothing crazy, so I don't care. You can dig in the crates. You ain't gonna find nothing like absurd. You're not gonna find. I never said Showtime will be out of business in a year, but Eddie Hearn did. We got to start holding people accountable. Even the fans. Everybody need to be held accountable. I think boxing would be so much a better place if we start holding people accountable for what they say. You hold me. See, the thing is this. It's just like work. Let's say they start cracking down on attendance. If you have perfect attendance and you getting to work on time, and you have your own car, and you're not having no trouble getting up, then you don't care if they start cracking down on attendance, because you already on time. You already show up. You already take 15-minute breaks. You take 15 instead of 28-minute breaks. You know what I'm saying? So the people who are abiding by the rules and like new media, we always good. We can disagree on who wins fights and stuff. All that's good. But, we need to hold people accountable for what they say. You said Showtime going out of business. They got Wilder that they've been working with, and he stayed loyal to them instead of going to DAZN as of right now. So, Eddie Hearn said a lot of stuff that has not, the manifestation have not started. Wilder voice. He said a lot of stuff where the manifestation have not started. I'm going to talk like Wilder. I'm going to do my shit like Wilder now. He said Tyson Fury wasn't going to make it to the opening bell. He was going to find a way out. Didn't happen. He said Showtime will be going out of business October. It's about to be June. July, what is it? July, August, October. You got a couple months for Showtime to go out of business. Yeah, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah. You got like 2-3 months. So this is the thing. People get mad at me. How the fuck would you be mad at me when I didn't say this stuff? That's what's wrong. How you gonna be mad at the person you're not mad at the person who expressed these thoughts. You're mad at the person who brought up the expression and reminded y'all what was said. You see how ass backward? That's Benjamin Button shit. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Kane. They said we have 2 dates. Joshua's staying home. Who are ya? His next 2 fights are at Wembley, April 13th, right? And then what happened to Wembley? Now you're not fighting there. They said Dillian White was the front runner. What happened? Biggie, what happened? You said Dillian White was the front runner, then he priced himself out. They're all over the place. And I know through new media, you guys see this. I could pull up article upon article that suggested in the case that Wilder Fury was not next for Joshua, like the winner of that fight, that Dillian White was the front runner. And then when Wilder Fury ended in a draw and it looked like they were going to rematch, and then Joshua needed an opponent, they said Dillian White wanted too much money. They couldn't get the April 13th date to actually push through. So now Joshua's not fighting till June. Actually, that's another thing for Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, hey, bro, I have a feeling about this, bro. I don't know what's going to go down, but I have a feeling that Joshua's stock is going to drop Saturday night. I just thought of something crazy. Oh shit. The vampire. I have a feeling Joshua's stock is going to drop somehow, some way. And there's multiple ways it can drop, in my opinion. If he looks bad in this fight, then it's going to drop. If he loses, obviously, that's a given. But if he looks bad in this fight, his stock's going to drop. And I just thought of something. Oh, fuck. Smash the like button. I know this is a real, I swear to you guys, I have a real life point that I just thought of right now. Hey, I need to fuck around and do that Andy Ruiz 7 reasons video. Not 7 reasons, just 7 reasons it's a difficult fight. I do, like, everything in my mind keeps telling me it's going to be, it's going to have its hurdles in that fight. I don't think this is an easy fight for Joshua. If y'all want to hear this point, get the likes up, and can I get a hell yeah? I just thought of a beautiful point. I'm not bullshitting. I'm not saying, see, and the thing is, I'm so cool, calm, collected. I'm not saying nothing out of malice or any. I'm telling you what I really feel. My honest opinion. If you want to hear that, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I just thought of something. Just from hearing myself talk. See? I be on my Jay-Z Rain Man. I just be thinking. You know what I just thought of? Joshua ain't fucking fought since September. That's a decent sized layoff, and he's fighting a late change opponent. Oh shit, I might have to do the 7 reasons. I've been giving y'all some of them, but he hasn't fought since September, yo. And there's a lot of stuff set. He's fighting outside of his comfort zone in America, late switch opponent. Andy Ruiz just fucking fought, bro. Andy Ruiz fought on Danny Garcia Granados, whenever the fuck that was. I know that wasn't that long ago. He was on the undercard, bro. Joshua might be in the real fight, yo. Real talk. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So he's on about a 8.5 month, 8-9 month layoff. Look at it. Errol Spence was on that same layoff when he fought Kell Brook, and that was a difficult fight for him up front. And then he got it done. So I look for Joshua to be in a difficult fight for sure. And the difference is Kell Brook, Errol Spence, that was the mandatory fighting the champion. So he knew he was fighting one opponent, and that's the opponent he fought. Joshua thought he was fighting a big-ass 317-pound person. Now he's fighting a shorter guy than Gerald Miller and a totally different style with fast hands. Hey, bro, that's a long layoff. I might have to do that 7 reasons. Rake it up. I might do that 7 reasons. Just explaining why the fight's hard in detail. But that's a significant layoff. That's a good sized layoff. And in my opinion, the Povetkin fight, Joshua, he didn't look like raw. Like, he didn't look like unstoppable. I thought Povetkin was definitely holding his own in the early rounds. Got caught and stuff like that. Andy Ruiz, we'll see. I would only be impressed if he beats Ruiz in less than 4 or 5 rounds. We're going to see, people. But I didn't really think about that. Joshua ain't been active because, he was supposed to fight in April. So that goes to show you that they didn't want him to be out of the ring this long. I don't know. Because, listen, I just thought of it as I'm saying this. This is live reaction. They thought Joshua was going to fight September and then fight early April. So he just tacked on, an additional basically 2 months to that by pushing it to June. So I wonder why they didn't still have him fight in April. I don't remember what fights were out in April. I don't know why they didn't have him fight in April still, just at Madison Square Garden or whatever. AJ don't want no smoke with Ortiz, trust me. Well, that goes without saying because he would have selected him instead of Gerald Miller. Listen, no matter what anybody tells you, they can't skirt around that. If Eddie Hearn just said, oh, Ortiz will get knocked out in 3 rounds, said it all confident and boastfully. If you really feel that, then why'd you ever pick Gerald Miller? How's Luis Ortiz clearly was more deserving than, he's considered a top 4 heavyweight. So, it really made no sense to ever have picked Gerald Miller over him. You know what I'm saying? It never made sense. You want to fight him with the short camp. That's what you wanted to do. If you really wanted to even do that. I'm telling you. And in my honest opinion, I have a feeling that Joshua's not as confident as he tries to let off. They're just like Muhammad Ali, one of my favorite fighters. Rest in peace. He said stuff with so much conviction and passion, and he really meant the shit he was saying. That's how I took it. Same thing with Tupac. When Pac said it, like when I just listened, when he's telling how he got shot at the Quad Studios and shit, he was like, "Oh, you didn't know Biggie's old boy shot you, 'cause they bragging. I got family in jail. They told me, oh, you didn't know Biggie's own boy shot you, 'cause they bragging." So he knew. He knew better than to not turn around and tell me people was going to blow my fucking head off. Like, he just said it with so much passion. I really believe him. And he's like, my own homeboys. He said, people I clothed, bathed, gave him a place to stay, won't. They turned their back on me. Fear is stronger than love. Always remember that. I'm like, damn, they really set him up. Like, stretching on it, like, it really set him up. That's what it sounded like. Like they didn't play the role. He said, everyone acting like, oh, I didn't see nothing. Pac said it with so much conviction. He had been getting fed information that, like, okay, they set you up. Joshua says stuff, sounds good, but I don't think he really believes it. I really don't. I don't get the sense that he really believes it, because I always hear, like Wilder even, he's another person. I really believe he feels, whether he can, make good on the promises, I feel he believes what he's saying. Dominic Brazil, he's like, I love to speak it into existence. My grandma said I had a gift because my temper was so bad. And I didn't know what she meant. But now I understand it all. I'm the promised one. I'm the golden child. And Dominic Brazil, he will feel every ounce of this, I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker's crazy. Like he really makes you feel. I'd like to speak it into existence. And if two men can fight each other and kill each other in the ring, then who am I to not use that opportunity and kill somebody for free? Oh shit, this motherfucker insane. I'm gonna watch your fight, but you kind of crazy, Bishop. But Joshua be saying shit, and I really don't feel like he. I don't feel like he really feels it, because listen to what he's saying. He keeps saying, "Oh yeah, my 15 fight, 15 fought Klitschko, 15." Like, okay, we get it. You beat Klitschko. Nobody took that away from you. Oh yeah, but that was only my 15th fight. Oh, and my 13th fight Charles Martin for time. Like, we know this stuff. Like, it's like he's like trying to reassure himself or something. You know what I'm saying? And he keeps talking about when Wilder, like, he's too much worried. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm not playing. Like, I'm not playing at all. I have no competition in this YouTube and this boxing game. I don't look at nobody as no competition. I don't look at it like that. I got to be better than I was previously. That's it. I don't have the competition. I have, me personally, is that man in the mirror. I got to set new goals. I have goals in my head. I have goals written down, long-term goals, short-term goals. That's my competition. The goals I set forth, what I want to do, what I want to use my voice as. I don't look at no fucking YouTube channels as competition like that. Like, oh, yeah, oh. That's why the motherfuckers that be pocket watching this shit, that's why you see them at the bottom of the barrel. They not fucking with me. They never pass me, because it's how you going to put 110% into something when you focus on the next motherfucker. You got to focus on you. You got to put all your energy into you, into your brand, into your vehicle and your drive. You know, how am I going to get from the Bay Area to LA and I got enough money to fill up and I'm putting money in other people's gas tank? If I got enough money, exactly enough money to fill up my tank and get me from the Bay to LA, and I need to get to LA, then I can't be filling up nobody else's tank. Sorry, you know. And if I work for it, then it is what it is. I can't help you in that situation. You got to fill up your own gas tank. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. When you invest energy into constantly hawking and watching what other people doing, pocket watching and shit, how are you really efficient at what you're doing? How are you honing your skills and getting brand when you constantly comparing? Y'all got to stop comparing yourself to other people, you know. And then people are so stupid, they compare themselves to people who are way more advanced. Like, don't compare yourself. If you're an aspiring rapper, don't compare yourself to Kanye or, you know, something like that, because he's in a different situation. He's in a different tax bracket than you. He, you know, his pro career started way before you. You know, he has a lot of relationships that he has probably in the industry. He's with Kim Kardashian, so she can help, you know, finance his project. You know, it's just different. It's just different, you know. But Joshua constantly talking about, like, he's not just saying I'm the best heavyweight and that's it. Wilder's kind of saying that. He's like, I'll prove it. I'll prove that I'm the best. Joshua, when he talks about that, he's like, oh yeah, Tyson Fury and Wilder, they turned pro in 2008. You making it like it's a science fair project or math equation. You keep talking about when Wilder turned pro. That doesn't show confidence to me. You know, why do you care when Wilder turned pro? What fighter does that? What fighter is like Floyd Mayweather didn't look at Canelo and say, I'm a win because I turned pro in 93 and he turned pro in, you know, 2004. No one cares about that. You look at the threat before you and say, I could beat that man skillfully. You know, I got more. He's not fucking with me skillfully. You know, I would never care about when someone turned pro like that. You know, maybe like, oh, okay, this guy's been through wars or something, boo, 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 boo. But he just keeps talking about when people turn pro and when he started. It doesn't sound like full confidence. You know, it doesn't sound like it. Just hearing him in multiple interviews, it doesn't sound like full confidence. It sounds like he's like kind of convincing himself of what he's saying. Yeah, cause he keeps saying, like, he's talked about it's deep. I've seen a lot, so, you know, I don't even know where to begin. But he's talked about losing before. Oh yeah, if I lose, losing would be the worst. I don't want to lose. Like, who talks about losing and all this shit? You know, he also says stuff like about losing. He's also said stuff like, he keeps saying his new kick or whatever he keeps saying in interviews is, oh yeah, they had the best chance to beat me. Who says that? I feel like Floyd Mayweather, even if Floyd would, I personally can't picture Floyd Mayweather. Hey, block this Ricky dude. Block him, bro. I don't deal with beggars. You interrupting what I'm doing. Block Ricky. Ricky, say hi. We don't do that here. You don't ever beg. You don't need to beg a man for attention. Because then I got to get you like Floyd Mayweather. Slow it down. I just dissed you. I said you don't beg another man for attention, because then I got to do you like Floyd Mayweather. Get it? Attention, tension, Nasukawa, Floyd Mayweather, bars. Oh my gosh, bro. This shit is like a battle rap to me. I say you shouldn't have to beg another man for attention. Otherwise, you'll get it like Floyd Mayweather. Attention, tension, Nasukawa. Floyd Mayweather stopped him in the first round. Rise on. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, bro. Bars. Y'all not fucking with the bars. Shouldn't beg another man for attention. Tension, not. Oh my God. Anyway, we can't lose our train of thought. Just what Joshua says, it doesn't project to me full confidence. Talking about losing so much and with another, oh, they turned pro in 2008. Why do you care when they turn pro? What is that? You should be like, I'm the baddest motherfucker. I can't picture Mike Tyson saying these things. Like, oh yeah, I mean, I feel I could beat Trevor Burbick. I mean, I just started boxing. I was in Catskill. I started boxing, and Trevor Burbick he turned pro like 10 years ago. But I feel I got what it takes. I could beat him. I could beat him. I want to beat him. Mike Tyson would never be like, he'd be like, I don't give a fuck when he turned pro. I'm gonna devastate him. I'm gonna rip his head off. If he didn't die, it didn't count. I'm gonna crucify him. Praise be Allah. I am the young God and Muhammad is his prophet. I can't be beaten. I'm gonna beat him. I mastered the art of skullduggery. I know skullduggery, and I know I'll beat Trevor Burbick. Man, Mike Tyson ain't finna say, oh, Lennox Lewis, he had it. Lennox, I'm coming for you, sweetie. He ain't gonna be like, Lennox Lewis, he already had his best chance to beat me. He should have beat me. He should have fought me. Like, Joshua keep talking about Fury and Wilder should have fought him already, but you wouldn't let him fight you. Well, it's just weird stuff. Beard's weird. You say they should have fought you already because imagine how good you'll be in 18 months or 5 years. Who says that? Who says that? Imagine how I'll be 5 years from now. What about now, right now, when motherfuckers are trying to, in the heavyweight division, trying to sleep you and knock your head off? You talking about 5 years from now. Like, bro, I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to, you can say I'm cocky, I'm not trying to be. I'm hot right now. My shit hot right now. I'm in my zone right now. I don't give a fuck about 5 years. Yes, I have game plans and, hopefully I excel, improve and shit. But I'm not, I'm the shit right now. My shit bubbling right now. I don't give a fuck about 5 years like that. He talking about, oh, I can't picture Roy Jones saying that. I can't picture Roy Jones saying, yeah, James Toney, he should have fought me already. He had the best chance to beat me. He didn't want to fight me. Okay. B-Hop, all them motherfuckers. They should have been did it. They didn't fight, Roy Jones didn't act like that, bro. B-Hop, he should have fought me. The best chance to beat me right now, he should have fought me 2 years ago. He didn't want to fight. Okay. I'm for Pensacola. Now try to fight me, you never gonna beat me. Mr. Untouchable. You get what I'm saying? Roy Jones would never, I can never picture my dude Roy acting like that. You see Montel Griffin, he think he could beat me. Okay. I said, okay, we had a good night. I'm still coming to get it back. But if Montel beat me, he would have to fight me. He ain't gonna say no shit. Roy Jones is never, to this day, Roy Jones, if I ask him who would have won, you or Triple G, he ain't gonna be like, oh, Triple G in my prime. Triple G might have beat me. I promise you that. I promise you. Next time I see Roy, I might ask him. That. I promise you, Roy ain't gonna say no motherfucker was fucking with him in his prime. You better come on. What you mean? Triple G? Now Triple G, good night, good luck. He do a lot of things right. He got power, he got chin. Me, back in the 80s and 90s, that was different. Triple G couldn't beat me. You seen what it did with Vinny Pazzi. Triple G couldn't beat me. Too fast. Roy Jones ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, man. Triple G, when I was 25, might have beat me. He ain't, bro. To this day, I guarantee you Roy Jones wouldn't say that. But he hit. Y'all must have forgot. And I just said that. And still, like, he's not, I just know the demeanor. I know his demeanor. I've interviewed him. I can't imagine it, Muhammad Ali talking about, I don't know. But Joshua was talking about Tyson Fury. They passed their opportunity to beat me and look like It reminds me of the old milk commercial. I don't know how far back y'all remember, but I remember that old milk commercial. And it's like, right now, I'm only 5'2", and you could laugh at me and pick on me and bully me, but I'm drinking milk. So in 5 years from now, cause I'm drinking milk, and then they show, and that person like, oh shit, and they show after drinking milk, and he come back hub and shit, like, oh shit, you been drinking milk. I don't know if y'all remember them milk commercials and shit. No, right now you're calling me a little twerp, but that's okay, cause every day I'm drinking milk, and sooner than later, and then they come back all swollen shit. That's Joshua. They should have already fought me and beat me, but I'm drinking milk. 18 months from now, 5 years, Wilder has no chance. I'm drinking milk. Kids don't even drink milk anymore. They be on lean and shit. Molly, perk, Molly. Molly, perk, Molly. Molly, perk, Molly. Lean, Molly, perk. Lean, Molly, perk. Work, me, Molly, work. Molly, Molly, Molly. These little kids they don't even drink milk and shit. Hey, put some of that lean in my milk, bruh. He's a drugged out ass kid. Lean, Molly, perk. Lean, Molly, perk. Young bass God got these bitches going stupid. Young bass God got these bitches like young bass God shooting arrows like I'm Cupid. Young bass God and they niggas like, oh shit. This new generation, they ain't even drinking milk. They putting weed in the milk and shit, weed nuggets. And, I don't know, you new drug addict ass kids. You said instant banger. Yeah, give me some 808s and we be working. Fam, they don't even serve poor kids lunch no more. Oh, I didn't even know that. Hey, they hella cheap, bro. Yeah, I used to like when they had that little calendar. Oh shit, Friday's pizza day. I can't wait for it. It'd be Monday and I'll be dreaming. I can't wait to get to Friday. Pepperoni pizza day. I'm about to kill these. I couldn't wait. They had a little calendar. You knew exactly what you was finna be eating. So yeah. Anyway, Joshua, to me, he doesn't sound as confident because he says stuff. He says stuff, but then it sounds like uncertain. Like who talks about themselves, like the future themselves. Like I feel like if I ask Floyd Mayweather, is Ricky Hatton fighting, like fucking with you? At any point, he would, okay, motherfucker, Ricky Hatton, who he beat? He ain't beat no motherfucker, but okay. He a cool fighter, a cool British fighter. That's how Floyd would be. Floyd ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, if Ricky Hatton would have fought me right after Costa Zoo, he might have had a chance. Floyd, what fighter talks like that? Joshua, he do. Physio Joshua, he talk like that. Like, oh yeah, they had their best chance to beat me. Who says that? Like even young guns like Teofimo and Devin Haney. Devin Haney, he ain't talking like that. Devin Haney told me he want to fight Lomachenko this year. Like this year, he told me that. Not saying he wants to fight Loma this year, but shit, he called out Lomachenko. That's what I'm saying. Like that mindset is something different. Joshua did that interview and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna let the fans rush me. I can't let the fans rush me. I'll do it when it's my time. I do it when it's proper, my time." That just doesn't sound, all the way. trying to find this Joshua. The fuck is that? Smash the like button. I've been slipping.
This little devil on my shoulder, the fighting man says, well, at Wembley, boom. And then this devil on my shoulder, the manager hat says, what's best to guide my career? So it's playing devil's advocate, putting them together and seeing what works out best for my career. Do you know what I mean?
But
So,
Wilder at Wembley.
It depends. I think if it's pushed that way,
He says one aspect, devil on my shoulder, the fighting man in me says to fight Wilder at Wembley. But then the businessman right here says whatever's best in my career.
it has to happen them together. And man says, Wilder at Wembley, boom. And then this devil on my shoulder, the manager hat says, what's best to guide my career?
What fighter have you ever heard talk about their manager hat? Like, I can understand talking business from a business perspective monetarily. I can understand you saying like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna make sure that I get paid. They're not gonna, jerk me at the negotiating table. This is a business. I got a family. I can understand that aspect. But what person says one side of me wants to fight Wilder, but the other side of me wants to steer my career, and the manager hat in me? Who play, like, why do you have a manager if you have an internal built-in manager or whatever you're talking about that's telling you what to do? That's what I'm saying. I don't think Joshua thinks about this stuff.
So, a man says, Wilder at Wembley, boom. And then this devil on my shoulder, the manager hat says, what's best to guide my career? So it's playing devil's advocate, putting them together and seeing what works out best for my career. Do you know what I mean?
But so, Wilder at Wembley.
It depends. I think if it's pushed that way, it has to happen.
She said, okay, so Wilder at Wembley. He said, oh, it depends if it's pushed that way. But I thought you in the driver's seat. It's confusing. Very confusing stuff. He said, well, it depends. But now he's making it like Wilder's ducking him some kind of way. Fighter IQ is good, my guy. She said, she just cut the bullshit out. She said, Wilder at Wembley, well it depends.
Put them together and seeing what works out best for my career. Do you know what I mean?
But so, Wilder at Wembley.
It depends. I think if it's pushed that way, it has to happen. And I just think, I'm going to do things my way, innit? If Wilder works, we're going to make it happen. If Wilder...
Bro, that sounds confident to you. So she said, yeah, so what about Wilder at Wembley? Yeah, all that stuttering. Yeah, if it's pushed that way, whatever, if that's pushed that way, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do things my way in it. Whatever makes the most sense. That sounds like, oh yeah, that sounds like what he's saying to you today. Oh yeah, put me in the room with Wilder so we can hash this out. Man, come on.
It depends. I think if it's pushed that way, it has to happen. And I just put them together and seeing what works.
Listen, right after she said, yeah, so Wilder at Wembley, listen to the stutter. Stutter and Stanley. Listen.
Best for my career, do you know what I mean?
But so, Wilder at Wembley.
It depends. I think if it's pushed that way, it has to happen. And I just think, I'm going to do things my way, innit? If Wilder...
That man took an exhale. He said, I'm going to do things my way, innit? I'm going to do things my way. Who says that? Manager hat. I'm going to do things my way. Deep sighs. All right, bro.
Works. We're going to make it happen. If Wilder's on the right opponent for next year, then we'll put it back on into 2019. But I just...
So he said in 2007, this is 2017, and he's talking about pushing the fight to 2019. Listen.
Make it happen. If Wilder's on the right opponent for next year, then we'll put it back on into 2019. But I just...
Look. This was in October 5th, 2017, and he was talking about pushing he said if Wilder isn't the right opponent, we'll push it back to 2019. So you were already saying 2018, might not be it. So you'll push it back to 2019. And then later he reiterates that and says if 2019 ain't the year, maybe in 2020. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. So in 2017, you were already talking about pushing it to 2019, 2020. Stop. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from it. You were in October of 2017. You said you could fight him the next year, which you didn't. The next year, which would have been 2019 this year. Or you said later in the interview, maybe even 2020, when it's the best time. Listen.
I'm going to do things my way. People just can't rush my career. That's one thing I've learned is that I've got a career. I need to map it out.
People can't rush my career.
Into 2019. But I'm just going to do things my way. People just can't rush my career. That's one thing I've learned is that I've got a career. I need to map it out. I'm going to take fights at the right time for me. And if it's next year or the year after or the year after, when I fight him, I'll be in a position to beat him.
I find it funny when you say, even though you're world champion, people don't rush. I don't want people to rush my career. Like, you're still learning. I'm thinking, you're the top of the tree.
It's mad.
See, even Johnny Nelson, lightweight, called him out. He said, it's kind of weird that you're a champion and you're talking about you're not going to be rushed. Bro, that doesn't sound confident. Show me an interview that Wilder said where he said, not now, after his team came up with this 3-piece game plan, where he said, oh, I'll fight, I got a lot on my plate and shit like that. Because that was only a consequence to the actions of Eddie Hearn and Joshua. So show me an interview like dating around those dates, when the fight could have happened, where Wilder sounded like that skittish. Like, oh yeah, the manager had in me when it's the best time for me. I can't be rushed. Fans can't rush my career. And then now all of a sudden, he's the fans they want me to forget. See, that's the thing. You can't do this to new media because we were here for the whole ride. We were here for the whole ride. You know what I'm saying? That's like, as soon as you're old enough to remember, you're going to remember what your parents did, like if you had a family member that abused you, burned cigarettes on your arm. If you're of age, you're going to remember that. So even if you become 20 years old, you're not going to forget you got cigarette burn on your arm from your parents when you were 7, 8, 9 years old. You get what I'm saying? So with this Joshua, that's not how new media works. We're not going to just forget parts of this journey to getting where we're at today. You know what I'm saying? This is already cemented in history, what you said. Nobody told you to say that. That's a UK telecast. It's not like you were on a US broadcaster and then they forced something out of you. You were on your home network, Sky Sports, and you were saying all this stuff. Old media wants me to forget like that didn't happen. Or maybe some people are new, so they're casual, and they didn't hear that. They might not have been really following boxing because that was, at this point, a couple years ago, 2.5 years ago or something. So, you take your pick what it is. Some people might have just, got wind of this stuff and really started following boxing hardcore. That's why it's new media. This might be new to some of y'all, but the people who have been here through the whole time, that have a good grasp of the subject. That's why we're not easy to fool, because it's you're not going to, that's not how it happened. A lot of pressure on AJ, man. No getting around that. It's a lot of pressure. Andy Ruiz doesn't look the part, so from a casual perspective, damn, this short dude, you know, who he don't look like muscle bound like you. If he start getting off, people are gonna look at it, and like that's the mind of a casual. While all they know, if you didn't know who Brazil was or Wilder was, all you know is the dark skinned dude destroyed the light skinned dude. That's what you would see, like from the highlights, if you didn't know either. So if you see a guy who's 6'6", you know, and muscle bound, and then you didn't know Andy Ruiz or Joshua, that's what they're going to look at. You know what I'm saying? And it's right in the recent memory where people are still talking about the heavyweight division. So there's a lot of pressure on him, you know, and the hardcores, even them. You got to impress them because we still remember what happened in the Wilder fight just recently. And your name is linked, so people are going to be paying attention to see outcomes. So we're going to see, man.
So that hunger as champion makes you even more dangerous.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm not looking at it now like the champ, and now I've got 5 more fights left in me, and then I'm out of the game. Do you know what I mean? And then, like, I'm coming to the end of my career. You know, when you're trying to get your hand on the title again, like, you have 5 fights, you lose it, then you're at the end of the career, you're getting them last 5 fights in. I started boxing in 2008. Wilder turned pro 2009. So he's been a pro 1 year longer than my whole career. So you can see why they're rushing him for certain reasons, and you can see why I'm taking my time for certain reasons. So the fights are there, but
he said why I'm taking my time for certain reasons. And you know what's so funny with Joshua saying that? Joshua says, oh, this is why they're rushing him, and I'm not, like, you know. I'm going to show you something. This is hilarious to me. But wait, there's more. Okay, this is hilarious, y'all. Joshua is age 29. He says this is why they're rushing Wilder, and I'm sort of taking my time. You know what I mean? Okay? He's 29 years old. Deontay Wilder. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder is 33 years old. You see that? Right? That's Deontay Wilder. So, let me come back on the other screen. So, the thing is, Joshua 29, Wilder 33. It's a 4-year difference. It's a 4-year difference. Wilder was an amateur for only 1 year. Joshua was an amateur for 4 years. Exactly. And Joshua has a higher medal, and that's only a 4-year difference. Come on, man. Like, I can understand if we're talking about Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo. These guys are like 20. Ryan Garcia. I can understand that. Joey Spencer. Like, these are guys that, like, Gabriel Flores Jr. These guys are like 18, 19, 20. So I can understand you saying that. But he made it sound like Wilder, oh, I can see why they're rushing him. He turned pro and he's 4 years older than you. That's not even that bad. That's not even that much. That's not even a huge gap. Floyd Mayweather, that is something. Floyd Mayweather is 37 and he fought Canelo at 23. That's a big gap. That's over 10 years, 13 years or some shit, right? Manny Pacquiao fighting Keith Thurman. I don't know Thurman's exact age, probably 30, 31. Pacquiao's 40. We're talking about 8, 9, 10 year differences, between Broner and Pacquiao, Keith Thurman and Pacquiao. Now we're getting somewhere. But 4 years is not that. That Canelo fighting Triple G is a bigger age gap. Canelo, if I'm not mistaken, is 28, and Triple G is 37 now. So that's like a 9-year gap. What is Joshua talking about? He's like, oh yeah, they gotta rush him, but I'm taking my time. That's why I'm taking my time for certain reasons. Bro, you're not even that much younger than him. And he started boxing late, and technique-wise, everyone says Joshua is better. So what are we talking about? And you have a higher medal than him, and you had a better amateur career than him. So that's different. That's we're talking about two different things. He made it sound like Wilder's, 40, so he's being rushed, and then he's 25, or Daniel Dubois age. Like Daniel Dubois, he's young. That's not even a real logic. Like, I can understand Daniel Dubois and Wilder, F.A. Ajagba, they're at different points of their careers. Because F.A. Ajagba, despite him being like big and shit, he's young. He's a young cat. So is F.A. Ajagba, and so is Daniel Dubois. These guys are all young, like sub 24. So I can understand those two people are Joe Joyce and Wilder and guys like that. Luis Ortiz, they're in a different age group. Tyson Fury, they're in a slightly different age group because they're probably like 7 years or better older than Daniel Dubois and F.A. Ajagba. But Joshua, he's literally 4 years older. Wilder's 4 years older than you. So it's not like that. That's crazy. And beyond that, I mean, Joshua's logic is so flawed. Whoever said that. Mike Tyson fought Trevor Berbick. What do we talk? We're talking about the heavyweight division. Mike Tyson was 20 years old, and he fought Trevor Berbick. I don't even know how Trevor Berbick had to be 30-something. Probably mid-30s. I mean, I could really do the math if y'all want. So what are we talking about? Mike Tyson was 20 years old, knocked out Trevor Berbick to become a world champion. Wilder's 4 years older than you. That's not even that big. Like, put it this way, depending on the birthdays and stuff, you could be in the same high school, 9 through 12, you could be in the same high school as Wilder, depending on when your birthdays are at the same time. So that's not even that big of a difference. I don't know how cats keep saying Wilder afraid. Bro, old media dying. So they saying it, but who believes it? He said more in this interview.
Each decision you make.
I could play devil's advocate and say if David Haye managed to get through Tony Bellew.
Yeah. I listened to what my coach said and said,
Listen.
here or he didn't fight him there. The manager, all that matters is that win. Not the fact people say, he didn't fight him here or he didn't fight him there. The manager, my coach, will determine when I fight Wilder. Me on this hand said, it's no problem, we'll fight whenever, but I listened to what my coach said and said, this isn't about, putting on a good show for the promoters and anyone. This is about your career, your health, and the decisions you make.
AJ telling us. He said this wasn't about putting on a good show for the promoters. This is about your career, your health. Hey, bro.
I listened to what my coach said and said, this isn't about, putting on a good show for the promoters and anyone. This is about your career, your health, and the decisions you make will kind of pave your future in the sport of boxing. So you have to be smart about each decision you make.
I could play devil's advocate and say if David Haye...
It's over, bro. Old media is dead. That's what I'm saying. And the thing is, they should stop AJ from interviewing, bro, because he's not quick-witted enough to cover up the bullshit that's going on behind the scenes. He's not witty enough to come out with the rapid fire something that sounds plausible. Certain people have the gift of gab, like Eddie Hearn, he knows how to soothe the audience and to feed them something. Joshua's not doing that, and that's why it looks so bad, because he's taught this whole interview from a couple years ago. There's no erasing that. So you can't say there's nothing you could do to erase that interview. You said that. That's all stuff, it wasn't like somebody put a gun to your head and told you had to say that stuff. You willingly said that. And then now I'm just supposed to believe that has none of that is true. You just said it for, okay, put it this way. If two people said in a space of time like that, from 2017 to 2019, said one thing right here that sounded believable, that coincides with the actual time frame that we'll probably get the Wilder fight, and then now they're saying something different, and they received a lot of backlash for saying this initial thing, which one would you believe? What he said right in that interview actually lines up with what's happening. It actually coincides with it. So why would I believe that part was the lie and what he's now saying is the truth? Oh, yeah, we should have a meeting with Wilder and be in the table. And that sounds good for the cameras, but why? Explain why you said that. See, and then notice nobody will ask AJ and play that for him. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't do that to Wilder. You can't play some clip he said in 2017 where he said, oh, yeah, it's all about, whatever my manager thinks. And, the businessman wants me to fight Joshua and, wait. And, he's not saying that. Play that clip for Joshua and that will get the highest ratings on YouTube. Play that clip, show the clip. Sky Sports, they're not going to do that because they're scared. Play the clip and ask him to explain how he's so gung-ho in mentioning Wilder during a fight week for another guy, Andy Ruiz Jr., and he's like aggressively, incessantly calling out Wilder, but he just said all those things. So which one is the truth? See, and to me, I look at it like this. The fact that there's such a stark difference from what you said then to what you're saying now versus what Wilder said then and what he's saying now, that's what makes me believe Wilder's side is telling the truth. Because what Joshua's saying now is night and day to what he was saying then. I just let you listen to it. He said, oh, yeah, businessman, my coach makes the decision. It's about the coach. My coach will tell you, oh, I could fight, but my coach, I let him. So now you threw Rob McCracken under the bus. And it all adds up because fast forward to the future, he said it's about his coach back then. He said, well, my coach decided, all about my coach, right? Okay, so Eddie Hearn told on the game, he said Luis Ortiz was offered the fight, blah, 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 $7 million. And he says, I talked to Rob McCracken, and Rob McCracken said, hey, if you want me to switch to now training him for a southpaw, if you feel good with that, then, I'll train him. That didn't sound confident when Eddie Hearn revealed that on tape. They didn't want to fight Luis Ortiz, bro. Y'all got to just face facts. He just said, Joshua said a couple years ago when he did that interview, it's up to my coach. It's my coach, Rob McCracken. Then Eddie Hearn, after this Luis Ortiz ducked bullshit that y'all came up with, 7 million turned down, these headlines and shit. Eddie Hearn specifically said he spoke with Rob McCracken about fighting Luis Ortiz, and it didn't sound confident. Rob McCracken, he said from Eddie Hearn, he said Rob McCracken said, hey, we were training for Gerald Miller, but if you want me to switch to a completely different style of southpaw and you feel comfortable, it said if you are comfortable with that, you being Eddie Hearn, if you're comfortable switching from orthodox training camp to southpaw training camp, then okay, we'll do it and I'll do my best to prepare him. That's precisely what he said. That's what he said. So, all this stuff ties into the original statements more than it does what he's saying now. Joshua, it's been too inconsistent. There's nothing you can do. Smash the like button. There's nothing you can do to erase that level of inconsistency. Joshua, if you lay everything out the table, it's just too much. It's too much. Joshua literally said, I am not fighting in the U.S. I don't want to. No, bro, don't. Oh my gosh, bro. Someone said it's not going to end anytime soon. I promise you it's going to end. New media is ending it. Bro, by the time I'm done, old media will have no credibility. So it will be over as far as I'm concerned. So I'm good with that. They can do it. I want them to keep going against new media. That's good. You will have, by the time you will be extinct. Saying the bullshit, you will either be extinct or you will have no credibility. I'm good with either. So yeah, there is an end to this. I'm not playing with these dudes, bro. There's definitely an end result for me. They will either have no credibility, they can say whatever they want, have no credibility, or they can conform. Listen.
We both done a lot of talking. Look, I'm not in the blame game. It was him, it was me, tit for tat. We both done a lot of talking, and I'm here now. I had a good fight. I got my knockout streak back. I found my right hand. It went missing for a little while. I found it, and it's lining up for April 13th. He talks about
April 13th would never happen.
pressure in the build-up, a lot of pressure that you put on yourself. Were you under pressure to put on that sort of performance tonight? Let me get some water. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, there's no doubt about it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The whole country's rooting for us all, man. Not only me, David Price, Lawrence Okoli, Luke Campbell. Who else is on the undercard? Yeah, the whole country's rooting for boxing. You know, I'm a heavyweight, I'm a world champion, so they get behind us. If it was just about me, at the end of the first, tough this fight is. Serious challenges. We've got respect for each other, mutual respect. Fighter to go 12 weeks ago at the press conference. This is my number. Ain't bad. Definitely. Alexander Povetkin is a very tough challenger. He proved that tonight with good left hooks, good counter punches. But I come in here to have fun. How badly were you affected by the coming through the middle? Let's ask the question. I haven't got no mandatories, right? There's
Listen.
no mandatory challenges. No one's going to spring up. We'll see about that, but providing there's no mandatory challenges, who do we want to fight here in April 13th? We'll put a poll out on Twitter. We're going to put a poll out on Twitter because anyone's welcome. As I said earlier, there's always some complications with negotiations. Fair dues. But the sport is about what the fans want. Sometimes we have to face our mandatories, which I did tonight. And now that's out of the way, we'll put a poll out to the audience and see what they want April 13th because it's you guys who make this sport.
So he just said we'll put a poll out after the Povetkin fight. He did do that. But guess what? The 3 names on the poll, he didn't fight either of them. New media, bro. He put a poll out with Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury's name, and Dillian White. And he didn't schedule any of those fights. Wilder won the poll. Tyson Fury was next. And then Dillian White only had 5% of the views. I have it all screenshotted. So he said, oh, yeah, we'll put out a poll. And then you pick Gerald Miller. He said, providing I had no mandatories. You had no mandatories. You just took care of Povetkin. Said you were going to put out a poll. Didn't include Gerald Miller's name. And that's what you were scheduled to fight before you failed a drug test. Bro, these old media is getting slaughtered, bro. Then the person that was on the poll that got a horrible amount of low votes, Dillian White, you didn't even fight him or Luis Ortiz. You picked Gerald Miller. He said the fans make the decisions. I'm going to put out a poll. And then you had 3 names, which I have a screenshot of it. And you didn't fight any of them. And he said, I'm trying to see, there's so many different things. I'm trying to find out where everything is. But I have a lot. Listen.
That it would have been Deontay Wilder in the ring tonight. Can you shed any light on why that fight didn't happen me, tit for tat. We both done a lot of talking, and I'm here now. I had a good fight. I got my knockout streak back. I found my right hand. It went missing for a little while. Performance tonight. It's about me. I just it's management. Concentrate on myself. 100%. But then again, the tougher the challenge, the harder the performance, the more you learn. So as I said to you earlier, 10 weeks ago, 12 weeks ago at the press conference, this is chapter 2. Remember when I said that at the press conference? And I meant it. So anyone, I don't want to talk no more about it. Do you know what I mean? There's no contract signed at the minute. So my number 1 would be Wilder. And then that's it. Look, that's it. Let me not talk about number 2, number 3. Wilder, that's it. Yeah. I'm going to let you go, but listen, I pray very, very much best. I realized he was strong to the head.
He said Wilder. That's my number 1. You didn't fight him. Bro, I got archives of all this shit. Y'all not finna make me sound crazy. But it's deeper than that. There's a couple. There's different ones. Oh shit, that shit sound crazy. There's different ones. He said that he did. They said, "Do you want to?" Oh my God, don't. I really want to just pull this shit up to destroy y'all. I just want to destroy something. Hold on. Make sure y'all smash the like button. I told you my memory is insane. Because I'm still, I don't remember the exact timestamp, but I remember moments and after what fight they were. I have a crazy memory like that. All right, listen. I found it. Got him. Listen. I told you my memory's crazy. I find this shit.
Anthony, congratulations. You've added the WBO to your IBF and your WBA. Your analysis of your own performance tonight.
I'm not going to make an analysis of my performance. That's for my coach to do. But my strategy in there was kind of stay behind the jab. It's one of the most important weapons. The old saying is the right hand can take you around the block, but a good jab will take you around the world.
Listen.
And that secured another world championship belt. So I stuck behind the jab and I made sure anything that was coming back, I was switched on, I was focused. And 12 rounds, baby. I thought it was hard, right?
How did you find the 12-round distance?
And as I said to you in the previous comments and interviews, this will be about boxing finesse. Joseph Parker stated this champion of the world.
Listen.
Heavyweight champion of the world.
I was going to come to it later, but it feels like a good time to do it. Do you want to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world?
100.
You know what that means? You know what that...
See, this British humor is like kind of weird to me. He didn't even say 100 right to me. You know what I'm saying? 100. He sound like Bolo Young in Bloodsport. You break my record, now I break you. 100. Like this. Like, I'm being real, bro. Like, it didn't sound natural. Like, that's what I'm saying. Joshua want to be American lightweight. He lightweight want to be American because I see him like loving that, like the lingo and shit. 100. Like, he want to be American, bro. Listen.
Champion of the world. 100. You know what that means?
Listen.
You will have to face WBC King Deontay Wilder.
You're asking me, do I want to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? IBO, WBO, IBF, WBA. 21 professional fights, 6 world championship fights.
See, he gotta stop using that, bro. He's saying because he has these belts, bro. We know how you got the belts. Listen, don't make me do this again. I'm destroying these dudes. You beat Charles Martin with the tight shorts for the IBF belt. He didn't do anything at heavyweight. Let's be real. He won the heavyweight vacant belt that they stripped Tyson Fury of. He won it through a vacancy, or he got the opportunity through a vacancy. They stripped Tyson Fury. The belt was made vacant by a guy we don't even see fight anymore, Glasgow or whatever, and he fell and twisted his knee like on the canvas, bro. You beat Charles Martin in booty tight shorts, dog. That's how you got the IBF. Then Klitschko got his ass whooped by Tyson Fury, then was supposed to rematch Tyson Fury, who had drug problems, which at first the fight was postponed, and we heard there was trauma, like with John Fury training him and all this shit. And then come to find out he failed multiple drug tests. So Klitschko was just in limbo because Tyson Fury had cocaine in his system, and then he had to relinquish his belt. So the belts were now free. Klitschko had come off a horrible loss that he didn't get the opportunity to avenge because Tyson Fury was on drugs. And then you fought Klitschko for 2 belts, the IBO and the WBA belt, for free. Klitschko came into that fight as a person who was a loser. He was coming, like, not a loser like that. I'm saying he was coming he wasn't coming in as a champion. He was coming off of a loss. And at 41 years old, he was coming off of a long layoff. You collected 2 belts from that. You didn't fight the Klitschko that hadn't lost in 10 years. You fought Klitschko coming off of a dreadful performance versus Tyson Fury. That's how Joshua got 3 belts, bro. And then Joseph Parker ducked Wilder. You ducked Wilder. And then y'all two, after months of negotiation, fought each other. Joseph Parker, since he became a champion, didn't really have any stellar performances like that. He had fought Huey Fury on YouTube pay-per-view, and that wasn't a great performance. It was a really boring fight. He fought Razcujano, went the distance, and it was an awkward fight. He didn't look good in that fight. Luis Ortiz, later on the Mikey Garcia, Robert Easter card, destroyed Razcujano, knocked him out. Later after that, we seen Daniel Dubois knock out Razcujano, but Joseph Parker didn't when they fought. So Joshua using look at this belt. But you were afforded those opportunities. You have a good promoter that gave you opportunities. The UK was popping at the time, and you fought. That's how you collected a belt. You didn't go through no real killers like that. He didn't. It's not like Luis Ortiz was the WBA belt holder, and you went through him. In fact, you were supposed to go through him. You were supposed to go through Luis Ortiz, but they punked Luis Ortiz and told him, just wait till Klitschko Joshua. It's a big fight. Just stay put. And then never gave him a shot. So stop it. Like, it's just like Lomachenko. People really think, they got me fucked up, bro. They think we're stupid. Lomachenko at lightweight's the same deal, bro. We know the belt holders and how long they've been. Lomachenko is able to get belts in the lightweight division with minimal threat. The lightweight division is not popping like that. You fought Jorge Linares, who had already been stopped, and stopped him in a fight where you got knocked down. Then you fought Pedraza on his first title defense, who just beat Ray Beltran, who lost to Terrence Crawford and lost most of his big fights before that, And then Pedraza beat Beltran and then fought. You beat him, hurt him in the last round. And then you immediately fought in your first title defense against Lomachenko. Now Loma's fighting for a vacant belt. That's how he came up on 3 belts, bro. Teofimo might be able to beat them same guys under those same circumstances. Teofimo probably would beat those guys. Real talk. Teofimo is a big lightweight. Jorge Linares don't like pressure. Teofimo is a boxer puncher who's aggressive. So, Teofimo, not only would he beat Jorge Linares, who later lost to Pablo Cesar Cano, but he would probably beat him worse and it'd be less competitive. Jose Pedraza just won again. Shout out to him, but Tank already stopped him. I think Teofimo has a shot too at 135. Because he's a big dude. The other dude had no defense. Teofimo got skills. The guy he just fought. So this is what they try to do, bro. So now, Lomachenko, he's unified champion. He's undisputed. He's not going through no. At least Usyk and Terrence Crawford, they fought everybody that they needed to fight in those divisions. Like Usyk's in a tournament. That's different. Clarissa Shields fought someone who had way more fights than her and bigger than her to become undisputed. So stop it. You know, same thing with Joshua. Joshua's not walking through. He didn't have to go fight, you know, guys that really had a big major threat to beat him to become a champion. Stop it. We know. We know how you got the 4 belts or whatever. So that's why to the untrained eye it sounds better than anything. You know, oh, he's undisputed because that's what they want you to look at. But to the real boxing fans, we know how you got the belts. That does matter.
Does that not show you what route I'm going in? Forget the hype. I'm not into that. Everyone here knows me better than that. I'm not into the hype. I'm about business. So let's get the business done. And now I've got the time. If it takes my trainer, Eddie Hearn, sitting down and discussing plans with Al Heyman, Shirley, and seeing what the future holds, I'm down to ride for whatever, whenever. So you want that fight with Deontay Wilder? We know that he's watching our colleagues at Showtime tonight in the United States. So what would your message be to him? Just like Dylan said, Wilder, let's go, baby! Let's go!
Like that, bro. You stole your arch enemy's swag. That to me, that's what I'm saying. Like that type of UK humor is weird to me. Like you don't like Dillian White, but you just imitated what Dillian White did to call out Wilder. That's kind of weird to me. How you gonna copy your arch nemesis's like swag? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's unoriginal, but whatever.
No risk, no reward. So yeah, we'll see what happens late 2018. It's amazing here what we're able to put on.
Listen.
Are you interested in trying to conquer America? No.
Listen.
See what happens late
I just played it. I found it. I told you I'm on it. Oh my gosh. Smash the like button. Listen. He says it's amazing what we're able to conquer here. Are you interested in conquering America? He says no.
It's amazing here what we're able to put on, but are you interested in trying to conquer America? No. All these years, the UK fighters had to go to America. Everyone had to spend a heap of money to go to Vegas. We can do it in London, around Wembley, Cardiff. It's local. We're staying right here. We're staying right here. We're staying right here. Okay, so who?
Bro, I'm destroying old media. Limb by limb. I'm tearing their limbs off. Bro, this is like overkill. I told you I was going to find it. He just told you. He said, no. They said, do you want to conquer America? No. All these years, UK fighters had to travel, and people had to spend heaps of money and loads of money to travel to Vegas and all this stuff. We're not doing that. We're keeping it local. We got Wembley, we got Principality Stadium, Cardiff, Wales. We keeping it right in-house local. No, I don't want to travel. Where's Joshua fighting? I'm telling you, it's too inconsistent, bro. It's too inconsistent for me to ever believe this. Where's Joshua fighting this fucking weekend, yo? In America. That's exactly around the time with the $50 million. And he said no to America then too. For a completely different reason. UK will never be the mecca of boxing. I don't care how much they like the sport. No, I'm not making no timestamps because it's not my footage. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. That they would look crazy if I made that. I'm not doing that shit. You know, it's not my footage. I can't air no video with that. Bro, I don't have to do that, bro. You guys just heard it. Just stop requesting me to do silly shit. I just let you hear it. There's nothing to do. Bro, I'm not doing, listen, I get paid for what I do. You know? It's not even work. I don't need to do that. You get what I'm saying? I don't gotta do that. I just let y'all hear it. Anybody rewind this tape, picture me rolling. You guys just heard it. Why do I, like, y'all crazy. Y'all bugging, telling me to, like, make compilation. Someone else said that same thing. Why I gotta make a compilation? You guys hear everything in the videos. I'm not out here falsifying documents and, you know, doctoring shit. You guys hear it. I don't gotta make no compilation disc and, you know, discography and shit of the shit that's saying. It's all documented in my work. So, you know, he just told you, bro. Do you want to travel to America? No. All these years, UK fighters, we the hotbed, blah, blah, blah. Where's Joshua fighting this year? Where's he fighting this weekend? Oh, yeah, in the USA, where he said he didn't want to go. And he also confirmed he didn't want to go there for the Wilder $50 million. This shit is public information. Ego just showing y'all the truth. But when this came out live, you guys turned a blind eye, laughing my ass off. That's what I'm saying. Bro, because now it's irrefutable. I told you, these motherfuckers is not, this is like Nate Diaz said. You check it, everything I work for, motherfucker. I'm not surprised. You're not finna do me like that. Make it like I'm insane. And like I have Alzheimer's and I forgot. You know, I know what I remember. And I prove it to you each and every time. Old media simply can't do this. They can't get Shelly Finkel, you know, saying all this crazy shit and saying that, oh, Wilder's fighting July, and then he keeps saying it in 18 interviews, and then when July come around, he's not fighting in July. You know, oh, we don't want to fight outside of America, and then they fight outside of America. But this is what you get with Joshua's team. This is like, to me, I would be embarrassed. That's what I'm saying. Like I would really be embarrassed. Like I'm being dead serious. If I was with DAZN, if I was with Slave Room, Rematch Room, Team Josh, I would be embarrassed because it's too inconsistent a message. Like if I ever had a team of people and we were running around and it was getting this chaotic, I would be embarrassed because I care about my surname. I care about my brand, you know? And I would be really upset that there's so much information to pull from that directly contradicts the next thing that's being said. Do you want to fight in America? No. Why should we have to travel? You know, it's popping out here. We keeping it local. Then what is Joshua doing here? Good luck. Good luck to DAZN. Good luck to the Andy Ruiz late replacement fight. Because he said he didn't want to fight. See, and that's what I'm saying. That's kind of a disrespect to America. You batted your eyelashes at the thought, you know, like at fighting in America. And now you want to use us in Madison Square Garden. Now you want people to get behind you. And then on top of that, you know, you're trying to flood the media section with UK media. That's not a way to me, that's not a way to really truly grow in America. By alienating yourself from American media, not answering American media, you know. And then, you know, people remember what you said. That's just what it is. He said he didn't want to fight in America. He said he didn't want to fight in America. Now all of a sudden he's fighting in America. Why the sudden change? Why the sudden change? Hey, block the print dude. Thank you. Bro, old media has nowhere to go. That's why they come to my shit, bro. That's funny. That's funny. When y'all see that, they have nowhere to go. We outworking the competition. We putting out the realest content. We putting out information that makes sense, that's reliable, that's factual. Old media, the scragglers, they have nowhere to go. That's why I'm not saying a message that they're ever going to like, because it's the truth and they hide from the truth. Like the baby said, I'm the truth. I'm the truth. They're never gonna agree with it because they're so petty and they treat this shit like gangbanging shit. So they're not gonna agree to it, but they have nowhere to go. That's it. It shows you the impact that we have on this game. It shows you. They have no choice but to fuck with us. Everything, I told you, everything comes through new media. They can't outwork me. I already knew that. I've been know that since I was a youngin'. They can't outwork me. What I have, the drive I have, you can't. It's not like God gave me a gift, and a gift of persistence. You're not outworking me. So I know that's not a reality. And the information is reliable. See, this is, some people like, oh, and this is another reason why we have them where we want them, is because now they get to the point where they just stop talking about AJ. All you care, you're obsessed. Start saying stupid shit. That's them saying, hey, you got your foot on our neck. That's them saying, uncle. You know what I'm saying? You got your foot on our neck, and you killing me with too much truth, and it's hurting. Please let go, sir. Please let go. I can't breathe. That's what that means. When they start saying stuff that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, it has nothing to do about, oh, you're ugly and you look at your beard and, stop talking about AJ. You're homeless and panhandling. That they have nothing else to do. They're getting that work and they don't have nothing to respond with. Man, I'm destroying little by little. You see it. Old media is getting fucked up. Like, here's another thing. They can't be like us. I told you. Everybody want to be like us, but they can't. Okay. Wilder sold, like they said, 13,000 and change for the Brazil fight, right? Joshua, I don't know how many is sold, but they're like, oh yeah. People are like, oh, people are like saying stuff like, oh, I heard they have 2-for-1 deals and Groupon and price breaks because they still have tickets to sell for the Joshua Ruiz fight come fight week. And then people are like, oh yeah, what did Wilder fight? What did Wilder sell? But here's the thing, you dumb motherfuckers, you fucking morons, you guys were the one that said that Joshua was levels and leagues above Wilder's popularity. So nobody said Wilder was bigger than Canelo, but they did say, Max Kellerman on First Take said Joshua was bigger than Canelo, right? So they, in their attempt to try to compete with us, you have to realize people who like Wilder supporters or whatever you want to call them, Wilder fans, they're not saying the stuff you guys are saying about Joshua. People like Wilder because they like his character. They like his, the way he speaks and carries himself, his swag, his country grammar. They like the way he's knocking motherfuckers out. They weren't really from what I seen, Wilder fans weren't really even vested in, oh yeah, blah, 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 all these numbers and shit until y'all made it about numbers. So Joshua, the thing is, for the last year plus, you guys have been saying Joshua is the king A side and Wilder's the D side and Z side. So when we're talking about Joshua not selling out, oh, but Wilder, what about Wilder? Did Wilder sell out? You're trying to divert, because the thing is about Mr. A side, like you guys said, being so superior to Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. They want to compare everything, but you're not even comparing the same thing, right? They'll say like, they'll try to compare, criticism Lomachenko's getting to Errol Spence, but HBO and ESPN aren't saying Errol Spence is the number one pound for pound. They're saying Lomachenko is. So we're talking about two different things. Old media, they always try to go after the low hanging fruit. They always try to go after the easiest path. They always try to go after the easiest path. Boxing Egos channels like Tupac Thug's Mansion, us real boxing heads. Exactly. So, people always want to keep bringing. We talking about AJ. You said AJ was shitting on Wilder's star power, and he's not sold out. That's what we talking about. Don't deflect. Don't try to switch it to something else. The bottom line is Wilder is growing in popularity, and the gap is, it's subjective at best. But Wilder might be the A side already. He's looking like the A side, to be honest. But y'all said that would never happen, and y'all said that Joshua was way up here. We bringing y'all back to reality and showing y'all that's not the case. Anthony Physio Johnson, he's not looking like this huge blockbuster. Like, okay, Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, Conor McGregor versus Chad Mendes. Conor is clearly bigger than Chad Mendes. Those lines are being blurred right now as we speak between Joshua's true drawing power globally, like worldwide recognition level, and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Right now. Wilder literally keeps going viral. Name a Wilder fight recently that didn't go viral. No aspect of it went viral. Name a fight. Name a Wilder fight that no aspect of it, fight week, press conference, blah, 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 didn't go viral and do great numbers. Dominic Breazeale, we know the knockout went viral. Him talking about catching the body went viral. They were talking about it on ESPN, it wasn't First Take, but it was one of the ESPN shows. Chris Broussard or somebody. And they were talking about, oh, yeah, Wilder said he was going to kill a person. Is that right? They were talking about that, right? Wilder Fury with the Undertaker shit, we know that went viral. Wilder at the Fury press conference or whatever, where he said, to this day, that became a meme and went viral. Wilder Luis Ortiz knockout went viral. Wilder versus Bermane Stiverne knockout went viral. You look at the impact of Anthony Joshua's last couple of fights, that hasn't been the case. Carlos Takam, nobody was talking about, or not Takam, Povetkin. He knocked out Povetkin. I did not see it blow up my timelines on Twitter and Instagram like that. Of course, boxing pages posted about it and stuff, but I'm talking about people who outside the reach of, hardcore boxing pages were talking about it. I seen people hit me up about this Dominic Breazeale bullshit, him getting knocked out, that have nothing to do with boxing. Don't watch boxing on the reg. You didn't see that with the Povetkin fight. You didn't see that with Takam. You didn't see that with, who else did he fight? Joseph Parker. That fight was a dud. So you definitely didn't see it there. Wilder's been going viral. And Joshua's personality, he's not even like doing anything that, like, Wilder's talking crazy. I'm gonna catch a body. I promise you, I'm gonna hit you with a Mortal Kombat combination, and I'm gonna baptize you. And to this day, Joshua ain't doing nothing like hyping up no event like that. So Wilder's passing him for sure. Wilder's passing him in terms of popularity. You could say, oh, Joshua has more Instagram followers, whatever. I don't care about Instagram and stuff because you can get companies to buy followers and shit like that. In terms of impact, the bottom line is Wilder has been making more noise. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Joshua, the positive impact he gets on the app DAZN this week with Andy Ruiz. Let's see if he knocks out Andy Ruiz and goes viral for knocking him out with the craziest knockout. If he does, congrats to him. But we got to see it because DAZN, one of the things that they're contained. You know, it's kind of contained. The information seems to spread when something's on pay-per-view, when it's on TV and stuff, seems to spread a bit quicker, you know, and pick up. So we'll see how it all plays out. I'm out. I'll let the boy. Wilder fights, you got to stay tuned. He got Fury out of this shit. And see, this is what I'm saying. People have to understand. We got to go back to, that's why I like the ring walks Wilder's been doing, Errol Spence, Jared Hurd. I like that because people have to understand this is a business. Like, I brand the fuck out of myself. Everything I do is a brand, digital mob. You know what I'm saying? From my opening statements and stuff, when I say, what up, Fight World? That's me. Ain't nobody put them, you know, verbs and nouns in my mouth. I came up with that, you know. Hate, comment, and subscribe to the next videos. Ego, something else. The name, the brand, the face, everything. You know, the impression. This is a brand. I brand the fuck out of myself. That's why people see me at the fight. They know. You know, they know who it is and shit. Fighters and all that. Joshua doesn't really, he's not like, he just had a grand arrival. Nobody talking about that. Let's vote right now. How many of y'all watch, you know, how many of y'all watch the grand arrivals for Joshua Ruiz? Be honest. I don't care. Listen, I'm not here to falsify anything. If y'all watch it, y'all watch it. Like, don't ever feel like on my channel you have to say something because you feel like you're trying to appease the crowd. Say what you really, we want real life views and viewership and, you know, opinions. Who watched the Joshua grand arrivals? He said the grand what? Didn't even know about it. Oh, fuck. My tailbone and shit. See, this is what I'm saying, man. They gotta bridge this gap. These are boxing fans. Y'all watching me, but y'all ain't watching the grand arrivals. It's crazy. They watching me. But guess what? If Joshua didn't give me a copyright strike, then I would have applied to the fight. And if they gave me a credential, and see, so y'all got to stop spreading. Somebody said I didn't get a credential. I didn't even apply for the fight. I already told y'all. So please, if you watch my channel, don't spread no bullshit about me. I didn't even apply to the fight. You know, I seen people on Twitter talking about, oh, Ego didn't get credentials. What? I didn't even apply. Tell Matchroom, Rematch Room to send an application to have my name on it. I didn't even apply for it because Joshua knows what he did. He know what he did, living foul. So I refuse to cover it off of that, off the strength. Anyway, had that not happened, I would have probably tried to go cover that for you guys. So y'all are up here watching me right now. So imagine with my work ethic, if I was covering the fight and the fight week. Put that in your pipe. Come on, all you Point Dexters out there. If y'all watching me right now and Joshua didn't give me a copyright strike and not respond to my emails, then I would have applied and, you know, God willing, got approved. Then I would be covering the fight. So the grand arrivals that all you guys that are watching my channel right now said you didn't know about, guess what? Through my channel and my audience, my community and exposure, maybe those people that didn't know about it would know about it. That's why I told you. This is the digital mob. They can't play us anymore. They can't play us. Like, credential, no credential. I'm getting money regardless. Always, I'm a Bay Area hustler. Don't ever get that twisted. You would want me on your side. You want to be allies more than enemies. You know, you want me, you want my brand to cover your events. It's more beneficial to you, not just me. It's not just like a me thing, because I've already told you, I get more money not going to the fights. And I got the peace of mind and the luxury of not having to travel and, you know, check bags and, you know, be in the overhead and carry this heavy ass bag. Man, I should show y'all my backpack. My shit is no joke. My backpack be like 70 pounds probably. I got hella shit in there that I bring to the fight every time. My shit probably 70, 75 pounds, maybe even more. I put work in, you know what I'm saying? So Like I said, we trying to do big up boxing, build up the sport. It's no longer, they can no longer play us. That's what I'm saying. When you strip away people's power, there's nothing they can do. What can they do? See, look, wow. Super chat, $5 super chat. Ego got good ass equipment to other channels that had Wilder Brazil. That shit was loud. Ego got good ass equipment to other channels that had the Wilder Brazil final face off. Couldn't them talk. Ego's footage had all the audio. Oh, that's what, man, bro. You already know what it is. And I just got some new goodies too. It's right over there. I'm looking at it right now. I got some new shit, bro. We turning up, man. It's the turn up season. All summer 19. He said they literally brought their own media, their own fans, their own fighters to debut in America public. Where the fuck they do that at? See, anonymous guy. Now we on the same page. Eagles Army on the same page. Bro, that's not how you come up, bro. Okay, put it this way. I'm from Cali. Let's say I go to New York and open up a restaurant, right? And I just moved to New York. Open up a restaurant. My first week of sales is just everybody came to visit me in New York that I knew from back in Cali. Everybody comes out to visit me. So my sales for the first week, a couple, just random patrons. But then I brought in a whole bunch of, I brought 10,000 people from Cali that I know to visit me throughout the week. That's cool, but that doesn't really set up your business. You know why? Because eventually, if those people live in Cali, you would have a boost for that week, but then they're going to fly back home at some point. Now you're stuck with the locals, right? And you still, it's like a shortcut. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to take a shortcut instead of just making Joshua actually likable and big and, introducing him, properly exposing him like a picture, properly exposing him in America. You trying to fly a bunch of people out to give the perception. It's a Band-Aid fix. Real talk. It's like you have company coming over and you sweep the dirt under a rug. The dirt's still there. You might as well just get the dirt up. Why the fuck are you going to sweep it under a rug so when they leave, you still got dirt and, all this dirt, dust bunnies and shit, but it's just hidden. That's not the way to do it, bro. If Joshua's to become a star in the USA, he needs to become a star with the US fans. He needs to become a hit with US media where he's funny. We get his jokes. We like him. We like asking him questions. Period. Like Gervonta Tank Davis. These dudes be stupid, bro. These dudes be stupid. And I'm talking about dudes in the comment section. Oh, shit. Hector Gonzalez. I told you got memberships like this is only getting bigger. Memberships like Costco. Can we get the clap emojis? Shout out to Hector Gonzalez. I'm about to turn up. I'm about to turn up on the game. I promise you. We only getting bigger. The voice is getting louder. See, that's what I'm saying. They can no longer disrespect us. I told you this is a real army. Y'all thought I was just saying it for shits and giggles, bro. We getting large and in charge. It's only and we having fun with it, and that's what everyone sees, and that's what I want to keep up. There ain't no violence and all this extra shit, bro. We having fun with this game. They can't deny us. We need more claps, though. I think y'all could do better. It's not bad, but we could do a little bit better. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's get them claps up. Shout out to Hector. Appreciate you for becoming a channel member. Oh, yeah, that's a paid member. Okay. But anyway, you got to become a hit with the community. In the community, in this. Bow. We got another one. Hey, bro. Shout out to Icy the One. We got another channel member. 2, back to back, like Drake. We going back to back. I told you. These are all paid members. I try to tell y'all, we turning up. Welcome the newest Army Green. That's what I'm saying. We created a system, an ecosystem, an infrastructure, whatever you want to call it. We don't have to rely on anything or anybody. Yes, we want what's best for boxing. Yes, we want the best fights. But you can't disrespect us. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'll continue applying for credentials at the different fights, but if I don't get in because of these PR people and they're not familiar with my work or whatever, it's gonna be a hindrance to their event too. We put in the work, man. We too big, you know. So I'm gonna cover as many fights as I can if it's right for boxing. If it's young cats coming up, I try to cover everything. But bottom line, I think DAZN, you know, they need to spend some money making like Joshua. You notice he ain't doing nothing. How do you say it? Like Joshua, he's fighting Ruiz. He's the heavyweight champ, you know, one of them of the world. Why don't you go to, man, this shit is crazy. We got another third channel member. Shout out to Silver American. Appreciate all y'all for joining on the vampire stream. This is crazy. Let's get them claps up. Let's get them claps up. Yeah. What I'm saying is this. Why doesn't Joshua go to like a Yankees game, try to throw the first pitch? Those types of things. He said we're abusing old media. I told you. That's why they mad. Why doesn't he go to the, like, you know, like a Mets game, a Yankees game, throw the first pitch, things like that while you're out here? You know, New York be having all these like little parades and stuff. I think those things would be good for him instead of just kind of coming in, staying in your hotel, you know, having a train camp in Miami, and then now you in New York, and you know, like do an event. I remember one year in Omaha, Crawford. This was for Thanksgiving, you know. For Thanksgiving, Crawford was giving out turkeys, shit like that. I appreciate boxing very much. The thing is a business, and ego is an example of capitalism at its finest. Hashtag the vampire stream. Most definitely, man. We always gonna make something. I'm telling you, all my potential entrepreneurs, I'm telling you, you got to just go out there and do it. You know, you got to go out there and do it. A lot of people's biggest mistake, they second guess themselves. You know, you can't do that. Don't second guess yourself. Gun it. You know, people have insecurities and doubts and fears and stuff, but you got to look at it like this. Like for me, take that deep breath and you look at it, and I look at my life, you know, and I'm like, I've been through way harder shit than, you know, whatever I'm going through. You look at it, is this literally the worst moment of your life? Have you been through something? Most of us can say in our story, in our journey, we've been through something that was like an epic struggle. You know, some people had death in the family, or, you know, just health issues. You know, we've all been through stuff. We've all been through different life obstacles. So when I look at shit like trying out something new, like let's say I apply for a fight, like Canelo Jacobs. Golden Boy didn't give me the credential for that one fight, even though I went to Canelo Golovkin, which was a bigger fight, whatever. They didn't give me a credential for the second one. I look at my life, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. Like I've been through way worse shit. So some people get discouraged. Oh, I got denied. Man, ain't nothing big get denied. One door shuts, another one opens. And y'all gotta always remember that. Don't second guess yourself. Fuck it. That's what I look at. That's my attitude for everything. Fuck it. Wasn't meant to be. And then, you know, almost every time, it always ends up working out. Oh yeah, Top Rank was tripping. They didn't give me approval for Crawford Khan, even though I covered Crawford's last 5 fights. Guess what? I'm glad I didn't go to either fight. They did me a favor. Cause I'll be pissed if I went all the way out there to New York from Cali to go to Crawford Khan, and then Khan up there quit. And there was no legendary footage that I seen that even came up. So I saved money. Same thing with Canelo Jacobs. It was cool, but it wasn't something like legendary shit that I had to be there. I had fun. I'm just being real. I had more fun watching Dominic Breazeale because it just being in that environment and seeing the 6'7" dude get knocked out in one punch. That was crazy. That's like, goddamn, you know. And I was fortunate to be there for that. The crowd went ballistic. So, you know, y'all just gotta, don't second guess yourself, man. We the gang. But yeah, I just think they should do more with Joshua. Like, make him, you know, go to New York, like food kitchen or something and pass out food or something, help people, you know. Joshua doesn't feel like, he keeps saying stay humble, but I don't ever see him do nothing like that. For like, and it would mean more. I'm not saying he don't do that in the UK, but I'm saying in this situation, you know, why don't you go to a food kitchen? They got a lot of stuff like that. I think that would be a good for AJ's PR. You know, humble beginnings. Shit, I want to do that. I'm gonna start doing some stuff at the fight. I'm gonna start doing that stuff at the fight to, you know, well, I don't know. I don't want to say too much because motherfuckers do be stealing my ideas, but I'm gonna start doing stuff. You know, we're gonna start doing stuff like giving back in whatever way, bro. Because I don't know, that's the other part of success. You got to give back in some. I believe in karma. You know, pay it forward. You have to find some way to give back. Like everything you do can't just be for you. You know. And you'll feel better about yourself and you'll feel better about your situation. Like, I'm just telling you, like Wilder, for his last couple fights, I don't know what he did for the Brazil fight, but I think he did something like with City Hall or something in New York. And then for the Tyson Fury fight, Tyson Fury and Wilder went to the fire station